Hey everyone, how's it going? This week on our G8 Daily, we're going to be upgrading some of the stock lighting to LED bulbs. A lot of people might not know all of the pros and cons to an LED lighting upgrade, so we're going to go over some of that. So as with everything, there's some pros and cons with swapping over to different lighting. LEDs are one of the most popular upgrades for accessory lights on a car. That's for a few reasons. First of all, they are way cooler. You know, they just look better. They do have a different look to them versus the stock incandescent lights, which a lot of people seem to like. You can also get them in a variety of colors, so you can really kind of customize the look of your car depending on your mood. Lights are easy to change out typically, so it's a quick, easy way to set your car apart from someone else. Another one of the pros is that they last longer. So, you know, you only have to buy an LED maybe once or twice versus 4 or 5 times for the normal bulbs. If you buy a quality bulb, you know, there's a lot of super cheap LEDs out there. They aren't necessarily the best, so you may spend more going to LEDs in the long run if you cheap out the first time. So, as with everything, do it right the first time so you don't have to do it again and again and again. Another one of the benefits of LED lights is that they produce more visible light. So, when we change out these bulbs right here, they will be brighter. They will not throw more light, however. So, you know, there's limited applications for an LED bulb. You don't want to upgrade your headlights. It's just, you know, it'll look brighter, but it's not going to actually throw that light any further. So, like I said, limited applications, you know, marker bulbs, license plate lights, interior lights, things like that will work very well. But anything where you're trying to throw the light a far distance, it's just not a good idea. It's not safe. You know, they're working on getting LEDs to the point where they're safe for that. We're not quite there for retrofits. Some OE manufacturers, Subaru being one of them, BMW, you know, a lot of the European brands, they do have LED headlights factory installed in their cars, and they work very well because they're designed that way. Retrofitting LEDs into older cars, don't do it. We're not there yet. So, as with everything, you know, there's going to be some drawbacks. Obviously, they're going to cost more. There's really no way around that. Yeah, you might have to change them out less. You might save a little bit in the long run, but you're gonna pay more up front. Like I said, they're not gonna throw the light as far, so limited applications. Some cars you'll actually end up getting a warning light, so you may need to buy extra wires and, you know, resistors, things like that. Certain specialty bulbs that have built-in resistors to trick the car into thinking that there's an old style light bulb in there. So, you know, you're gonna have to research your car, what it needs, if it has those specialty warnings in the dash to let you know if there's a bulb out. We're lucky with this car. This car doesn't know that there's what kind of lights you have in there for the most part. The only one that it would care about would be the turn signals, because those blink based on the resistance of the bulb. So we're not going to change those out today. We will get to that at some point. But for today, we're going to be doing the side marker lights on both sides. We're going to be doing some interior lights and also the license plate lights. We will have kind of a nice before and after shot of some of those, so you'll be able to see the difference. You know, I'll be able to lock the aperture and the shutter speed on the camera so you can actually see the difference between the LED and the normal or stock incandescent bulb. So, in this case, the difference between the bulbs, you know, stock versus the new LED, this is going to be the stock style bulb. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. You can see that this has the wire inside, just like normal headlights, normal light bulbs. This is the new LED. This is a 6-chip LED. So this has 6 little chips that will produce the light, whereas this only has the one wire. That should give us a little bit more light output, a little bit more brightness. You know, it's not going to throw the light any further than the stock one, but it is going to produce more visible light to other drivers, which is kind of the whole purpose of a blinker. Let's get this guy here installed in there. All right. You just grab it, slide it forward, the back side will pry out. There you go. All you gotta do, unscrew the socket, and there we go. Just like that, we're good. All right, so we're now moving to the inside of the car. In the inside of the car, there's only the two bulbs here. Got the one up here, the one up here. These are both the same bulb, so I'll be swapping both of these. With this car, this bulb is a little bit of a pain. So on this car, you aren't able to just pull this housing off, or the cover. You actually have to take the whole thing out. To do that, open the sunroof case, and right up inside here, there is actually, you can kind of just barely see it, there's a screw that goes right in the middle up there. So we take that screw out, and then close that back up. All we have to do then is pry down on the entire housing. Start up here at the front because this is where the clips actually are. So get it a little bit, get your fingers up in there, and there we go. So the whole thing comes out. So this is for a non-sunroof car. A little bit different, I think, for these sunroof models. But here you go. There we can see where the bulb is. Right there, that white plug. So all we're gonna do, quick turn that 90 degrees, pull the bulb out, and there we go. So there we have it. This is our map light, or dome light, I guess in this case. Here we have the bulb holder here, little white clip. This is what clips into the housing, gives the bulb power. Here we've got the original incandescent bulb, and right here we have the LED. So this LED is a 5-chip LED, should be much brighter. Hopefully the color isn't too bad. I think I ordered kind of a warm white, so it should match kind of the factory color pretty well. So let's get that put into that little cartridge, get it back in the housing, get everything back together. We'll show you before and after. Alright, so that back one was a lot easier. All you gotta do is pry down on the front black plastic part, whole thing drops down, just like the front. Pull the bulb out of that little white holder, put the new bulb in, put it back together. If it's, you know, the bulb doesn't work the first time, flip it, it should work the second time. So, as you can see, doesn't look too much different in here. Really not much brighter. Little bit of a different color to them, which I like. You know, I honestly could have gone with a little bit brighter bulbs and I would have been happier. But for a quick 5-10 minute thing, I'm not mad. So I like it. Let's move on to the license plate. All right. License bulbs on this car, pretty easy. All we got to do, get the trunk open, There's actually little plastic clips that would go in each of these holes. We can take all of those out all the way around. You can actually leave this guy unless you want to take the entire trunk lid liner off. But from there, we can actually pull it down. And if we look up inside, you can actually see the license plate bulbs. So we can real quick take those out, pop the new bulbs in, and we'll be good to go. So this video was originally supposed to be showing the benefits and highlights of LEDs. In the end, it's kind of showing the downfalls of LEDs, which is a good thing to know. The reverse lights aren't strong enough for the application. They don't throw light far enough. They aren't bright enough. So I'm not going to be using those. That's kind of, I kind of warned you at the beginning. LEDs aren't always up to par with the applications we're trying to use them for, and that's what I found out tonight. So in the end, the only two bulbs that I changed out that I'm going to keep are the front side marker lights and the rear license plate lights. All the other ones I'm gonna have to get different bulbs, spend a little bit more money up front, which I should have done anyways, and upgrade them later. I do have a couple other bulbs to try out. We're gonna see how those work. But really, brings us back to the whole do it right the first time. Spend more money at the beginning, and you don't have to go through it 2 or 3 times like I now have to. So, if you thought this was a good video, found it informational, maybe you learned something, you took something away from it, that's awesome. That's what my whole goal with this video series is. Kind of let you guys learn from my mistakes and share my knowledge. So, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, tell them why their LED headlights that they're going to be putting in their car next week are probably going to end up being total crap. So, yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Have a good week.